Hey, English 101. Today's the day, the first official day of our class. Thank you to everyone that is already logged into our Brightspace page and sent me emails. I hope you are just as excited about starting today as I am. This is our weekly video. You'll receive one from me every Tuesday. It's my goal to kind of outline everything that you need to do in that week. This week will be a little bit longer because, of course, there's more stuff with getting to know the class. And also, I do try to address questions that have come up in email as we move forward. Right, it's a video. So if I talk too fast or you need to come back to something, you can pause, forward, rewind, however you need to. So let's get started. All right, so every week I'm going to choose to start right here in our Brightspace page. So it might be a good time for you to pause and log in and follow along with me if you're not already logged in. Or you can watch it and do that later. Just a suggestion though. I'm always going to start right here in our announcements. Sometimes the announcements go up a little bit faster than I do, but you'll get one every Tuesday. It'll be posted here. Everything will be ready for you once this announcement is emailed to you at your SWIC email address so that you'll get it both ways. At the bottom of each announcement, you'll see that there are what I call quick links. In other words, things that it might be helpful to you to get to fast this week. Always included in those quick links will be our calendar. Our calendar lives in Google. So I am going to start by overviewing our calendar and clicking that link. If you've had a chance to look at our calendar, you see that it's organized with your current week's information up front. It's the first thing that you see. After that, of course, you have your assignments overview, which includes the due dates for everything in the course, and then the whole entire schedule, like, right, for the whole semester. So if you have a vacation planned or something coming up and you need to look ahead, great, awesome. You have the ability to do that. But for the rest of us, we're going to stay right here on week one. You'll see listed everything that I want you to do between now, Tuesday, when things become available to you, and Monday, typically when everything is due. There are things for you to read, watch, and complete. If there is a link to something, and almost always there will be, you'll see that those links should pop up next to in the comment section the list that is there. So for instance, this week, the very first thing I'm reiterating that I want you to read, if you haven't already, is our course guide. It outlines all of the policies for the class and how the grading and attendance will work. You absolutely need to overview that before you go any further. You want to make sure you're in the right place and that those are going to be things that you can accommodate. The next thing it says is our discussion board. You'll see there's a couple things for you to read and a couple things for you to watch. The things for you to read and watch are also linked over here in the comment section. So you can do all of those things. I'm just asking that you do them sometime before Monday. All right. Because it's week one and there's some places that, people might be better or faster than others, I've also put in here some suggested but optional things. If you don't have a Gmail account and you've never worked in Google before, it's probably a good idea to sign up and get one. You won't have to have it, but it will probably make your life easier in general, not just in this class. Practice accessing SWIC, Brightspace, Zoom, and email. These are the three things we're going to use the most in this class. So you need to be able to log into them. So if you haven't done those previously or often, or you're uncomfortable with it, I suggest you practice. If something is not working for you, I suggest that you access the Technology Center here at SWIC. There's an office on each campus. They will sit down with you, even on your own apparatus, your own laptop, tablet, whatever it is. Make sure that you are able to log in and access what we need you to log in and access to. And last, there's just a video that kind of overviews what's available to you in Brightspace, because most people at this point haven't had a lot of experience with that. Unlike Google, which you might have used in a million other classes or in your personal life, Brightspace is normally new. So sometimes it's a good idea to just kind of wrap your head around it as we kind of get ready for the semester. So these are all the things that I want you to accomplish. Again, the vast majority of it is things that I want you to watch or read. The only thing that I'm asking that you to do in this list is discussion board number 1. So let's look at how to do that. All right, so I am back on our Brightspace homepage. Across the top, you'll see there's several options for you to visit different pages. I want you to go to the one that says Course Tools and Discussions. You scroll all the way to the bottom, because we're doing the first one first. You'll see Discussion Board DB #1. It's available on the 20th. It's available to you all semester. It is due on Monday. Again, in our discussion board posts, they become available on Tuesday. You have to do your initial post by Friday and reply to your classmates by Monday. This will happen every week for the first 12 weeks of the semester. In the discussion board, I will always tell you what I want you to do. Normally, there is something to watch or read that goes along with this. So on our calendar, it said the writing process, discussion board #1, and you'll see there's a link to a video here that overviews what we mean in academic writing when we say the writing process. Let me be clear. This video is insane. Nobody, and I mean nobody that I know, and I have several degrees in English, professional writer here. I know lots of professional writers do everything that is in this video. That is not why I pick it. There is not one right way to go about a writing process. I like this video because it is insane, right? There is no way you can watch this video and not see something currently that you are not doing. So as you are watching it, what I ask that you think about is, what do I do now? Right? What things that I'm seeing in this video are a part of my writing process? And is there one or two things from this video, not all of it, right, that I could add that might help me in some kind of way? That is what I'm asking you to think about. Beyond that, this is how you do a discussion board post. In Brightspace, the links are always in blue when they are active. So the DB1 is in blue. I'm going to click it. It's going to ask me to start a new thread. In that thread, I'm going to have to put something in the message box and in the subject line. And I've given you the instructions for that. It says in the subject line, type in one word that describes your current writing process. If you think about what you do now, what is it? Is it organized? Is it messy? Is it quick? Is it non-existent? Is it detailed, right? What is it, right? Give me one word, any one word you want to use. And then in the message box, I'm asking you to write a paragraph that tells me what you do now. Again, there are no wrong answers, but a lot of this class is thinking about, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What can I add? Maybe what do I need to take away? So consider what has worked for you previously and tell me what you might seek to change. List your strengths, maybe some of your weaknesses. It's a self-evaluation. You have to know where you're starting. This is our starting line. So I'm going to click start a new thread so you can see it. Again, subject, type your paragraph in the box, and then press post. That is the part that you have to do before Friday. And then whenever you get ready, you can come back in and see everybody else's post. You won't be able to see anybody else's post until you do yours initially. You are required to reply to your classmates, and I almost always give you some type of direction how to do that. This one says reply to at least 3 classmates with a question or a comment. We're starting nice and easy here. You can post what you want. However, you will only get credit for discussion board if you do what I asked you to do in the message box in the subject line and have the appropriate numbers of replies. This is your assignment for this week, right? This is where we're starting, nice and easy. We're going to jump into the rest of it next week, once I know that everybody can access the technology, Brightspace, and Google. So there's that part. All right. I am going to go back to our homepage in Brightspace. There's one other thing in the announcement I wanted to draw your attention to. I'm sure you'll read the whole thing, right? The bottom says, please complete this quick questionnaire about your class preferences this semester. If you click that link, it's going to open a Google form. At some point this semester, sooner rather than later, we will be scheduling conferences via Zoom. This is a completely online class. There will never be a time where you have to come and meet with me and everybody else in the class in Zoom or in person. It's not hybrid, it's asynchronous. Right? There will be times where we meet up to talk. either me and you individually in Zoom, or me, you, and your group members or partners, depending on the project in Zoom. In order to help me kind of schedule blocks of time that work best for my students, I'm going to ask you some things about your availability. So it's really important to me that you give me your input and your feedback and fill out that form. Beyond that, I just want to direct your attention to one more thing in Brightspace if you haven't gotten to it. The very first button over here says content. There's a welcome message, and then to the side, you'll see access to all of the things that you need to in class, especially our Google stuff and our class information. So again, if you haven't gotten around to reading some of those things or looking at it, I would play around and get used to the space. And I think that's about it for this week. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, please email me. I think the main question and concern that I got before class started today was just, when do I have to meet with you, right? So again, there is no official class time, class meeting, any of that. We will sign up for all of that individually via conferences when we get to those weeks as designated on your calendar. Also, if you are one of the people, and it's about, I don't know, 35% of the class, that also has a lab attached to this class. That is a separate class. You'll get a separate video for that. So just be looking for it. But with that, I am so excited to have all of you all in English 101 and looking forward to seeing what you write in the discussion board this week. Peace.